Let's get a sound check here. Seems to sound all right. I'm going to mute that just on a quick lunch break to plot the KML file that I got from Greater Sapien last night. Let me, let's see here. Got too many things open. Okay, so if you've been following, oh, come on. There. If you've been following this little series, this is the third video. And this is where we left off last. The first video showed Greater Sapien's trip from the US down to Australia. And the next one was from here, or I think the first video is from here to here, and then from here to here. Sydney to Perth, I guess. Then the next video was from Perth to their little excursion in Antarctica, and I flipped the map over, so this is how it looks right now. What I'll do next is bring in his journey from Sydney to Johannessburg. Let's do that. So again, this is the third in the series. Get my, oh, where did I put that file? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I dated it today. I put today's date on it. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. I'm very distracted. Here, that is yesterday's date. That was from, yeah, that's the one he sent me. And I downloaded it and tagged it with today's date. Okay, let's open that. There it is here. So we went from Sydney to Johannessburg. And just to be complete here, this is not the normal view of the Gleason map. It does not show Antarctica at the middle. So let's go ahead and flip it back over. And you saw me do that in the previous video. So let's look at the mapping projection. By the way, there's a lot of different mapping projections, all very useful in different parts of the world. Just thought I'd show you that list. So we're using the azimuth equidistant. Right now, I have the latitude centered on the South Pole. All I got to do is take that negative sign away, and we'll flip it back up to the North Pole. And let's see what it looks like. So here's what it looks like on the view that everyone's accustomed to looking at. And you know, this is very telling. This should help people get it. Why they have a problem when they may stick a ruler and measure with a ruler a straight line like this. You got to realize that means you're like boring a tunnel through the earth. You see what I'm saying? That the actual route is like this on this 2D map. Now, if you hold a globe up in your hand, you can certainly trace your finger along the globe and go from this city to here. And this is what it ends up looking like when you project that 3D globe onto a 2D map. So if you're using a piece of paper and you pull a ruler, lay a ruler here from here to here, it is not going to be the right distance. So let's measure the distance. I've got the measuring tool already turned on. So from here And look, I'm pulling straight across, right? But the map, or I should say the software, which is using the algorithms or the parameters of this mapping projection, does it correctly. I mean, I would not be able to figure out that math to, if I took a ruler here, I would not know how to scale that dimension. So we use software to do these things. Hardly any of us can hardly add anymore. We're just used to using calculators. So we use software to do these things. And the distance here looks like to be about 11,000 K. The distance I'm looking at there is 10,952 K. All right. So people like to argue about this map. This map is good for some things, not good for lots of other things. But when used correctly, it still has some use. And in this case, just showing you what happens when you take a 2D map like this and center it on the North Pole. Right? So, not sure what else to say. Let me go look at the chat real quick. Again, I'm on my lunch break. I don't have a lot of time. And I'm going to save this as today's date. And we'll pick it up from there for his next leg of the journey. I should really take this phone call. I'm going to drop off. Bye-bye. Oh, come on. See ya.